sick politician just secretly snuck in 1,000s of Muslims migrants to carry out reprehensible plan. Over the last several years there has been an influx of Muslim refugees entering countries around the world. These refugees are literally being dumped into America, Europe, and Canada under the guise of it being a humanitarian effort. However, there is a much more sinister reason to this if one were to dig a little deeper. And, once that is done, it explains why politicians are not standing up to stop the 1,000s of Muslims entering the country. It seems like almost every day there is another terror attack being committed by radical Muslims. So, it would stand to reason that elected officials would want to close their borders to protect their citizens. However, that is not the case, and we have seen that to be a fact in our own country. Over the last several years, we have witnessed a push for multiculturalism, which is just code for open borders. And, now we are seeing the horrific results from those policies in Europe. Europe has always been a place that I wanted to visit one day. The art, the food, and culture have always been something that I wanted to see and taste for myself. Though Europe is not what it once was, and I fear it will never be again. Europe is at a tipping point and has reached a place of no return thanks to liberal policies. Over the past couple days, Italy has been overwhelmed by 1,000s of Muslim migrants pouring over their borders. There are so many migrants entering the country at an alarming rate that the Italian migrant welcome centers are in a state of collapse. Here is more from Pamela Geller. On Tuesday, 8,500 African migrants are reaching Italian shores aboard 14 different ships, adding to the 5,000 who arrived on Monday. The massive arrivals have led local media as well as politicians to speak of an authentic immigrant invasion exceeding the country's capacity of assimilation. Officials reported on June 15 that more than 65,000 migrants had arrived since the beginning of the year, but that was prior to the latest influx. Figures for the year now stand at 73,380 migrants into Italy, or a rise of 14.42% over the same period in 2016, when then record arrivals had reached 64,133. The exodus from Libya to the Italian coast has continuing unabated, with no visible action on the part of the Italian government or the European Union to halt it. The illegal immigrants who reach the Libyan coast from all parts of Africa, most recently, from the west, embark in the Mediterranean on makeshift boats. The majority of these are picked up either by NGOs or humanitarian organizations or official Italian Coast Guard or naval vessels. Despite their intention to travel up to Italy into northern Europe, the vast majority of migrants end up remaining in Italy, mostly because the northern borders with France, Switzerland and Austria are closely watched. According to the Interior Ministry, the region that has taken in the most migrants is Lombardy, 13%, followed by Lazio, 9%, Campania, 9%, Piedmont, 8%, Veneto, 8%, Emilia-Romagna, 8%, Tuscany, 7%, Puglia, 7%, and Sicily, 7%. The government continues to show a worrying powerlessness in the face of a situation that becomes more and more dramatic every day, said Paolo Romani, president of the Senators of Forza Italy. Romani urged Italian Prime Minister Paolo Gentiloni to safeguard national interests, even if necessary by blocking the access to Italian ports.